Welcome back, ladies and gents. We're here at Park Inn by Radisson, and for this Friday, we're focusing on music. My next guests are part of the choir Shofar, which isn't just a choir from what I've understood looking into them. It seems to have more impact than just music and delivering good music at that, which you will hear in a moment. They want to have social impact as well. And I've got two members of Shofar. I've got Claire Akinyi Anyago.
Yes.
Welcome, Claire.
Thank you.
And then I've got Okeago Omari. Welcome.
Thank you very
doing
much.
today?
Very good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I like that you're matching with your bow tie and your lilac skirt.
Yes.
All right. And I saw the choir too, which I'm sure you guys will hear them and see them in just a moment.
Yes.
But before we even dive into your world of music, can you break down what Shofar is, who started it, and what is your true intention with it?
Sure. Shofar began in 2014. It was a couple of young people who used to sing in different groups, and they realized that they were always being called to the same places together. So they decided to just form one big group and sing together as one group.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what does Shofar mean anything?
Yes, it does.
What does it mean?
Shofar is a Hebrew word for a trumpet. In the olden days, the Hebrew people used a ram's horn to call people to worship, and also to call people to war. And
Ooh.
yeah.
Which one are you calling people to today? Worship or war?
Yes.
Interesting. Oh, so that's where your tagline is. What is it?
Sound the
Sound the
trumpet.
trumpet. Sound the trumpet.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Interesting.
Yes.
So of course I've got to ask how you both joined, and if you were. I mean, I think you've been there 3 years.
Yes.
Now, and you've been there 4 years.
years,
So
yes.
were you there from inception?
No. The original members were all my friends.
Okay.
I never thought of joining. I was just singing in another choir groups, other groups. But
Yeah.
then one day, I just walked in their practice session,
Yeah.
and they were singing so nicely, and they told me, you can come again. So I came, but what really made me join is what they were doing, not just the music. The other things they were doing, like the other things that were bigger than the music.
So tell me about that.
Well, I'll tell you in a nutshell. For example, we have missions to schools. We have missions to children's homes. So we'd go to a college or a high school, do the music, but
Yeah.
also give talks, because members of the group are from different professional backgrounds,
Okay.
and even mostly as students, but we have those who have cleared from different backgrounds. So we do counseling, we give professional talks, we do that, so that adds value to the music. Yes.
Okay. So how many members make up the choir?
About 86 active members.
86?
Yes.
So how does it work? I mean, I know today we don't have all 86.
Yes.
But so how do you decide who to have if there's a certain performance that you've got lined up, or do you always meet all 86 of you?
Well, we have a group that is the leadership,
Okay.
which is nominated by the choir. What happens is the choir nominates a team to choose the leaders. That is done prayerfully and after meetings. And so these are the people who run the choir. And there's a particular department in charge of the music who then decides who gets to sing and who has attended enough practices, that kind of thing.
Interesting. And what's the age range of the members?
Between 18 and 35.
That's so interesting. So obviously previously I had Dan, who had incredible things to say about you as you guys were practicing. He was like, "This is incredible." And then he was like, what was he saying? The pitch thing that you blow. I don't even
pitch.
remember the term.
Yeah.
He was like, they've even got that pitch thing, and I was like, wow, obviously they know what they're doing. But he also was sharing with me that for him, at some point, he was like, oh, choir's not cool. So I'm going to go and step into a band. And he was part of the church band and stuff. And I could resonate with that because at some point you start to feel like, oh, is this the cool thing, whatever cool is. So it's so exciting. And he was saying it too, to see young people taking their talent and just doing exactly what they love. Have there ever been moments where you were troubled by that or concerned by, is this the cool thing to do? Should we be like, I don't know, at a
I'll tell you
club
this.
instead of practice or something like that?
Well, I'll tell you this, as you've just spoken, choirs are not so popular. You don't see choirs on TV, for example.
Yeah,
okay?
at least not with choirs
Not-
comprised of the youth.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. But I'll tell you one thing about Shofar that you'll just get to understand. As she mentioned, one important part is the structure. Managing, actually 86 are the active members. If we are to talk about, we call ourselves Shofarites. We are more than, we could be about 200. Because there are those who come, they go abroad for studies. So we are so many.
Yeah.
The structure is very important. Number two is we try to do world-class stuff. Because choirs out there are doing things. We have bigger choirs, better choirs out there. So we are trying to match ourselves to that standard. And with that, we found ourselves, the youth and the other people in society are resonating with that. So while it's not yet cool, I think what Shofar is doing is starting to resonate with the people.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, and I think more than anything, what you're doing is debunking that choirs are of a certain age group, and it's just, you know, things that you'd sort of see your mothers do.
Yeah.
But that you can be young, energetic,
Yes.
cool, and
Yeah.
still be part of a choir.
Yes.
I guess I asked that too because I was in the choir in high school. And there were moments I'd question, like, I wonder if this is a cool thing, but I had too much fun to
You
stop.
should join Shofar.
You couldn't stop. Maybe I should. Maybe this could be my third gig.
Yeah.
being part of the choir.
Yes.
So how do you decide who should be part of who should sort of come on board as a member? Is there any decision making process that comes into play?
Yes, yes.
So what do you look for?
Well, as we said, we have a structure, leadership. We have a leadership comprised of about 16 people. That's leaders and assistants. But we have a department called membership. It deals with recruitment. Recruitment is on need basis, and we usually we don't do auditions really, because our aim is not really the music, but mostly what we get is young people who have just cleared high school, who really want to join, and they're musical, because for those who want to join a musical, so we do recruitment, we announce for recruitment, they come, there's a probation period, because to manage 86 people, there's so many things you have to have, rules, order, so those who cannot manage will always fall off. So if we get 50 people coming for recruitment, you get out of the 50, about 7 are the ones who are able to manage to join. So it's not so hard. It's tough to sieve, but we've gotten a system that works.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm curious to know what some of those rules are. But first, I want to hear a little bit from Shofar, and I'm sure that the audience is also keen to hear more. So, as we jump into the break, why don't you intro? What will you perform? What will Shofar be performing now?
The song is Mfalme. It is a Swahili song. It's talking about the King, that is Jesus Christ, who is going to come the second time for us. And the song says he's even at the door. He is very soon coming.
Okay.
Yes.
All right, so take a look.
Mfalme yu mlangoni, ndiye aliyetufia. Mara wote wampendao atawakusanya. Yuaja mlangoni, anasimama, anakuja, kuja kwake karibu, anakuja upesi, Yesu Bwana wetu, msafiri mbali na kwao. Alisema dhahiri, nitakuja tena, amina na uje, e Bwana. Yuaja mlangoni, simama, anakuja, anakuja, kuja kwake karibu. Anakuja, anakuja, kuja kwake karibu, karibu,
Welcome back, ladies and gents. If you're just joining us, we've been talking all things music, and I've got Claire and Omari of Shofar here with me. Now, Omari, you said something before that I'm curious to hear more about. You said that even as you are, looking to find the right people who are the right fit for Shofar, that there is a probation period, through which you sort of see who's actually keeping up with the rules, and are they really aligned with the principles and I guess Shofar. So what are some of those rules, or what is it that you're looking for? If someone is like thinking, oh, I'd like to be a part, what is it that you're looking for exactly?
We don't do auditions.
Okay.
Because music is our way to other things.
Okay.
So we don't focus on the music because we can train someone.
Yeah.
The things we look at
Yeah.
are commitment, number one, because we meet twice a week for practice. And most members in Shofar are busy people. We have people who are young people in their late 20s who are managers in big institutions. So these are busy people. You have to be very strict on time. You have to be very strict on commitment. That's number one. Discipline. It's a Christian group. We look at other things that in terms of morals, because it affects the image of the group. If we are going to be talking to young people, we want to know the membership will portray the things we are going to say. Okay. The music parties, people will come back, and so the other things is mainly commitment.
Okay.
That's number one, and discipline.
Okay.
That has to be there.
Okay.
The music part, you will be trained.
Right. Okay. So talk to me a little bit more about the outreach programs that you have. What projects have you been a part of so far? Tell me about that.
Well, we visit prisons. We have visited industrial area remand. We visited Thika prison. So what we do, we try to give hope to these prisoners, and we take things like tissue and basic toiletries to them to show them that we care. And we also visit children's homes and sing with them, play with the children, and bring them basic needs, things like that.
Okay.
So sometimes we look for these places on our own. Sometimes we're invited.
Okay.
Yes.
And so how do you get the funding for that? Or do you all contribute if you are bringing, materials or products, items to these homes, or be it prisons? How do you keep up the costs?
Well, we have donors, people, philanthropic people who give us money, or these donations. There are certain institutions and companies that donate these things to us, so that we can also help the community.
Okay.
Also another part is, while we are 86 young people mostly, there's also another thing, because we also want to train and build ourselves. Giving is part of something that young people need to learn.
Yeah.
It does not mean you don't have anything just because you're a student.
Right.
So while we might go to a prison and we have a budget of say 50,000, we'd challenge us and say, okay, among ourselves, can we come up with 20?
Yeah.
Then we encourage people to give their 120, sacrifice a lunch in a day.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. I love that it's also coming from within, and it's everyone wants to actually really dedicate as much as they can, whether it's their time, energy, money to this.
Yes.
So tell me about an event that I know that you have in about a week's time. Tell me about that.
Well, among the very many things we have, we also have a mission to corporates. And when I say corporates, I mean the executives and people who are working in offices, people who are not in their homes, in the prisons, people like yourself, okay? We do a corporate dinner. This is going to be our second one. Our first one we did in 2016. And it was an experimental thing. Then the people who attend, they were like, you need to do more. So our dinner is different. It's musical. So Shofar will be there to do the music, but importantly is what we do with the dinner.
Okay.
It's a dinner around issues with integrity. We started it before the corruption issues started becoming famous. For us, we are looking at it as a policy issue in corporations. Young people are suffering in terms of employment, and corporates can do a lot of this if they can expand, if you can have more businesses. But these things are affected by how we run our businesses. Okay, so integrity as a policy in corporations. So that's what we bring a panel of eminent people in the corporate world to discuss this, and the plenary, of course, to encourage each other and share and exchange.
So you have a panel.
Yes.
Yes.
I guess also, and then you inject music here and there.
Yes.
And so do you plan the dinner and then invite corporates to buy into, whether it's a ticket for X amount, and does a corporate come with its team, or do you sort of go for the CEOs and try and challenge them directly?
We go for what we do with the corporate dinners. We go to corporations, companies, buy tables, but it's not restricted to companies only. Even individual members who are interested in these things or interested in networking, people who are committed in these values or want to share, anybody can come. Yeah, corporates buy tables, but also different people buy plates.
Yeah. Okay. So it's clear that you're interested in social community development, you're interested in integrity, youth development as well. What other areas are you, and of course music.
Yes, for sure.
What other areas are you passionate about, or are you looking to get into as well?
Well, what you can say is empowerment. We want to start from within, the young people within the group.
Yeah.
We want to know that 10 years from now, we'll have a young person who was a Shofarite. Being
a Shofarite. Oh, you call yourself?
We call ourselves Shofarite.
Shofarite.
Exactly.
I love it. Okay.
So we want to know that 10 years from now, we'll have Marie Claire as a CEO somewhere, but exemplifying what they learned from here. Okay. And we do other things, like during our practices on Friday, we invite people for the last 30 minutes. We invite people to talk on different issues, things to do with sex, things to do with things that affect young people.
Yeah.
So we invite people to just join in. You can sit in our practice session, then the last 30 minutes, we have a talk. And that is also picking up, so people are also coming. So it's more and more, we are trying to be creative.
Right.
Yeah.
So going back to the dinner, when did you say it is again? It's
The 18th,
the
of
18th
this month, July.
Oh, 18th of July.
Yes.
And what do people need in order for them to get a ticket?
Well, if you'd like to buy a plate, you can buy for 5,000 shillings, and you can also buy a table.
Okay.
There's the
Corporate
silver,
table.
gold, and platinum.
Okay.
Yes, but mostly 50,000 for a table. That's a table for 10.
Okay.
It will be at Trademark Hotel.
Trademark
The
Hotel.
new one
Yes,
at
at the Village
yeah.
Market.
Oh, at the village. Ooh, nice.
Yes.
Lovely. All right. Thank you so much. I wish you all the best.
Thank you.
And did you have
We
something?
didn't tell you about our panel.
Oh, your panel.
Yeah.
We have a
Yes.
panel.
Okay. Tell me about your panel.
Yes, our panel is consisted of the chief guest is CS Matiangi, Fred Matiangi.
Okay.
We've interacted with him. He's someone who's been interested in what we do.
Yeah.
Okay. We also have the keynote address will be done by Sylvia Mulinge
Okay.
of Safaricom.
Yeah.
We'll have Engineer Patrick Obath from Stanchart and KEPSA,
Wow. Yeah.
and also Professor Kivutha Kibwana,
Wow.
the Governor Makueni County. So
Yeah.
these are people we believe embrace this integrity thing, and they can share.
And also, I know that the coming Monday is World Youth. It's Youth Skills Day as well.
Yes.
So I love that your event will be sort of around a time where this conversation
Yes.
needs to be had. I mean, I think it has to be had all the time, but
Yeah.
it's good that you're putting them to work.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. Thank you so much. Before I go on break, I just want to ask one more question. Where can people buy the tickets? Where?
Well, we can go to our social media page.
Okay.
On our social media pages, we are on Facebook. It's We Are Shofar.
Okay.
Just one word. We Are Shofar. Shofar, SHOFAR.
Right.
Same to Instagram,
Okay.
same to Twitter, and the other. So it's the
Alright.
same.
Okay.
You'll get the poster there and the payment details.
All
It's
right.
just very simple.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. And I know that you've got one more song lined up for us.
Yes.
Do you want to
Yes.
intro what that is before we say goodbye?
Yes. The song is Shofar for Integrity.
Oh.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
you write your own music as
Yes.
well. Lovely.
Yes.
It's an own
Okay.
composition.
Okay.
Yes.
Shofar
It's-
for integrity.
Uh-huh. So we're encouraging each other and the people who are listening to our music to have integrity.
Okay.
Yes.
Lovely. Thank you, Claire.
Well,
Thank
I
you,
know
Mark.
we are out of time.
Yeah.
But maybe you want to know this. The discussion around that's going on is an issue of corruption. We are not just talking about corruption. We are talking about integrity. It's very different. Because corruption is a reactive discussion. This is proactive. It's like we want to know how can you embrace integrity, and you want the discussion to show how integrity can add value to you. Then you can embrace it. That's the discussion. We are not discussing about corruption. We're discussing about integrity and how it can add value to the society.
Oh, thank you for that clarification, Mari. All right, we're going to end with the song. It's called Shofar for Integrity.
Exactly.
And then we're going to say goodbye after that. So thank you for watching. But here is Shofar with their own song, with their own piece, Shofar for Integrity.
The journey for making a difference has been on for long. Injustice, crime, and kitu kidogo have always been the song. Let us grow together in trust and integrity as we must. Our nation that we love now is calling you and I to be part of this legacy. I'm a chauffeur for integrity, proclaiming what is right. Together we're one and together we stand. I'm a chauffeur for integrity, committed to the fight. I pledge to be firm and true, so help me God. I'm a chauffeur for integrity, proclaiming what is right. Together we're one and together we stand. I'm a chauffeur for integrity, committed to the fight. I pledge to be firm and true, so help me.